I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high, it was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil.
I remember I was only 13 when I met the demon. Gave me a deuce and a bundle of cocaine. Told me to sell to my people, make sure you keep them fiending. If any try to shoot you, make sure that you leave them leaking. He said,
I'ma hold you down when problems pop up.
How you got me moving this dope? Want me in lockup? He said,
Don't you want the Benz vertible with the top cup?
Yeah.
Stop bitching, get in that kitchen, let it rock up. Bitches love the dope boy, especially when it's guap up. I know you know Ron.
Who the plug from by the block up?
I'll tell you a little secret, make sure that you keep your mouth shut. Ron got a Lexus, crib in Philly and Texas. Trips to the Bahamas, just got a whip for his mama. He fucking up them commas, be honest, he seen decent dope.
I hear you, but I just seen Ron about a week ago. In fact, he ain't looking too good, his knees is kinda slow. I asked him why the struggle, he got stuck up for his bundle. But them 6 hollow tips in his legs what made him crumble.
He got the house and mama is living good.
Said the feds took it all, he right back in the hood. I see you try to play me, you gave us crack in the 80s. Made us abort our babies and making hoes out our ladies. I know you got me gravy, but Satan, you must be crazy. It's gonna take more than them cars when to amaze me. I seen niggas shoot for the stars, but being lazy. Never get their head at the clouds, so you don't faze me.
I guarantee that you gon' regret it, remember I said it.
Nah, you could dead it.
What you saying, I can't win?
Nah, devil, nice try, so until we meet again.
I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high, it was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. I ain't religious or superstitious, but we've been getting fucked and put to the side like a mistress. Police patrolling why? Because prison became a business. The murder one of ours and they start talking about forgiveness. We think that it's alright because we got public assistance. If this ain't hell, dog, what is this? Where was all lives mattered when they killed Osama? There was no peace talk like the Dalai Lama. Bush dropping bombs saying he gon' bring the drama. They got justice, man, they even caught the Boston bomber. But when we riot, they send the military in armor. When we fight oppression, then our people die a martyr. You reap what you sow, some people call it karma. When Christ return, y'all gon' get this harvest like a farmer. Don't tell me don't bring up the past no more. They still trying to settle the score with a side of Shakur. I changed my life and I'm just trying to live life right. But at night I look behind me and see flashing lights patting me down. You got nothing that's poking me right. I don't smoke or push pills, I gave up my vice. So Mr. Officer, why you wanna take my life? And your honor, why you gave our homeboy's life? I've been wondering why you shot our homeboy twice. Pussy with a gun screaming out that he got a knife. He came from Habibi's spot, it was chicken and rice. Shit's trife, I'm just giving visuals like Skype. Ask Trayvon, Mike Brown, Akai Gurley, Eric Garner, Sean Bell, Philando, Alden Sterling, Jaquan McDonald. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high, it was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. I pray for the demise of the devil. Lord knows I despise every devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil and said, I pray you die, every devil.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my houses. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
Just how it feels. Payback is a door. hell of a hole. Was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road. That a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge a dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. That was designed fast for our babies to pass through it. And the damn by king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Do you see just how it feels? Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga.
Better watch how you step in, yeah. But that was my nigga.
Got my nigga Rewan with me.
But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor.
You know what I'm saying?
Under commanding general, your honor. That for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look, hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth, this shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners, all them pussy niggas talk this shit. Yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, the shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
That's why Christ is Melchizedek and Christ is Solomon.
Sir, where did you get that breakdown?
The Lord.
It's like it, sir. The gentleman behind me see your class. He said, well done.
Like it.
Fried chicken, napkin.
Put that on the table for me, warrior.
I'm right.
Rank raise coming, warrior.
He's trying to holler at you about that class.
All right, for sure.
Excellent class, by the way.
Well, I appreciate that, boy. Yeah.
After you.
There he is, man of the hour. Take a seat, man. Take a seat. What's going on with you, brother? Pour us up live. Listen, man. Heard you taught a hell of a class.
Hey, man. The water, sir. The water.
Excellent job, by the way. Hey, look, man. You know what I was thinking. Tell me what you think. Thursday, 7 p.m. Prime time. Scripture breakdown. What you think about that?
I consider it.
That's all I need you to do, man. Laya Shala.
Laya Shala.
Come on, man. Hey, wake that brother up. Wake him up. Wake him up. Wake that brother up. Wake up, Bob.
Yeah.
Hey, wake that brother up. Wake up, Bob.
Yeah.
Hey, wake up. Wake up, Bob. Most High in Christ. You back with us?
Cousin.
Most High in Christ. Like. And that's why Christ was Solomon, Christ was Melchizedek, and reincarnation is in the Bible. Hey, I love that. Do me a favor. See me one more time, Baba Kasha. I appreciate it, Doc. I appreciate it. Warrior.
Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shah Brakatham, Yahweh Shema Thumb, Shem Shah. Precinct Officer on the Wanga Bar Tuesday, Brotherhood class, ISUPK under Commander Hana. Let me teach the truth. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, who they are according to the Bible, that are oppressors, the devil the Bible speaks of. And tonight, what we're going to talk about is what does it mean to be under the law? Because a lot of people, I guess, still got to confuse what it means, the Bible means when it says under the law. What is under the law? Feel me? So, yeah, we're going to get into that tonight. And if I may, let's go ahead and read some articles real quick first. Let's go to Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not under the law. I mean, the law. Class is officially started. Donald Trump is not under the law. You feel me? I mean, I don't know what else to say. You feel me? Real talk. He's not under the law. But no, that's what that mean though. When the Bible says under the law. Under the law is just like being under arrest. You feel me? You only get under arrest, when you break a law, and being under arrest means now you gotta suffer the punishment, the judgment, you feel me, of that law that you broke.
Trump says he'd be okay with jail time, house arrest after a hush money conviction.
Right. Yeah. So the former president of the free world, they still got posters all in their yard saying Trump 2024. So it's a lot of madness might finna come. Real talk.
So it looks like, sir. I mean, did you see the music video with the song was called Black MAGA?
Nah.
And talking about Trump, the next black president. I'm like, oh,
man. Get out of here. Hey, it's more black people voted for Trump than people think. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got some family in the world. I was asking them, who y'all vote for? Trump? I'm like, damn, good night.
Former President Trump said he'd be okay with being sentenced to either house arrest or jail time after he was convicted last week on 34 felony counts in New York.
Right. Okay, so he was convicted of 34 felonies. You feel me? And it's a lot of talks going around. We don't know for sure that he might not even do no jail time. He might not even do any jail time, for those counts.
When asked on Fox News, Fox and Friends, how he deals with the prospect of being sentenced to house arrest or jail, Trump said, I'm okay with it.
Right. Trump said, he cool with it. You feel me? He cool with it because of what he did. 34 counts, a black person do 2 counts of anything, you going under the jail. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. Black or Hispanic, you do 1 count of something, you're going under the jail. Forget being under arrest, you're gonna be under the jail. It's a lock.
I'm not sure the public will stand for it.
Right. See, he already talking shit. He's talking about them same people that ran into the White House talking about stop the steal. You feel me? Same people that risk their life, their freedom running into the White House. He know that's who he's talking to. So basically, he trying to rally them up all over again.
Trump said of his potential sentence in a Sunday interview with Fox News, Will Kane, Pete Hegseth, and Rachel Campus Duffy. I think it'd be tough for the public to take. Right.
Yeah, that's true. Because he got some real supporters. Like I said, they still got the signs in their yard, and he got convicted. That means he got found guilty. For people out there that might not understand, wordplay, he's guilty. Not maybe the glove don't fit, I must have quit. None of that. He's guilty. That means he's done it. That's why he said he okay with a little jail time or maybe house arrest.
At a certain point, there's a breaking point.
Right. And basically saying the country is going to explode. Basically mean he said they're not going to let him sit in jail for too long without the country exploding, and then they might end up letting him free or, whatever.
The former president was convicted last week on 34 counts of falsified business records in New York.
Right, but this is the perfect president for America, because what people don't understand is America was founded by criminals. Why not have a criminal in the White House? I wouldn't be surprised if he actually win. They might let him run and he might win. They might come up with some technicalities for why he could run again.
Becoming the first former president to become a convicted felon. The charges centered on reimbursements made to Trump's one-time fixer and attorney, Michael Cohen, for a hush money payment to porn actress Stormy Daniels.
Giving hush money to porn stars. That's your president.
He is slated to be sentenced on July 11th, just 4 days before the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah, they might go crazy over that.
Trump's legal team has vowed to appeal the case, but proceedings are currently expected to move forward as scheduled. As a first-time offender of falsifying business records, Trump will likely not face jail time.
He will what?
Likely not face jail time.
He ain't under arrest. You feel me? He did the crime, but he's not gonna suffer the penalty for it. You feel me? He did the crime. The penalty. You feel me? Real talk. That's what being under arrest means. It means you have to suffer the penalty. That's what being under the law means. It's a penalty. You feel me? That you gotta pay, or an action that gotta happen. You feel me? For this law that you broke, that you are now under.
Especially given he has no previous criminal record, he is more likely to face a lesser punishment, such as a fine.
They're gonna pay some little money, and now they're gonna let him run again. If that's all he gotta do, they're gonna find a way to let him run.
Trump told Fox and Friends he advised his lawyers not to beg for anything. Know that it's just the way it is.
Yeah, he got some up his sleeve. Real talk. Yeah, but that's the end of that. We can go ahead to the next article about things that are illegal in America. Yeah, he's not under arrest. I know y'all thought he was. That nigga chilling. Real talk. We're gonna be in there like the mob, lobsters and steak.
These things are illegal in America, but totally fine in other countries.
Mm-hmm. So that's another thing you gotta understand about being under the law. You feel me? First, it gotta be illegal. You feel me? For you to be under the law.
There are some things that are illegal in America, but totally fine in other countries throughout the world.
Mm-hmm. You could just drop down to the 10, and then we just go down, run down the list.
10, leaving kids at home. It might be considered normal to leave your kids at home for an extended period of time in Europe, but in America, this is illegal.
Right. Okay. So in Europe, you feel me? It's all good, but in America, you would be considered under the law. You would be under arrest. You feel me? But there's no law in Europe, so you wouldn't be under arrest.
The minimum age to leave a child at home varies state to state. A couple in Arizona was arrested for leaving their 11-year-old son home alone for an extended period of time.
Right, they was under arrest for breaking the law.
9, leaving kids outside. It's quite common to leave children outside in European countries, but here in America, that would be unheard of. In New Zealand, the parenting style is very different. The parents let them have a very unparented approach to playgrounds. They let kids explore without constant monitoring, but in South Carolina, a mother was arrested for leaving her kid alone in a park for too long.
Right. So in New Zealand, the kids can play all night, and in South Carolina, they not having it because you broke the law. So now you under arrest. But in New Zealand, you wouldn't be under arrest because it's not a crime.
8, smoking cigarettes in a car. There are 10 states, U.S. territories that have laws against smoking with children in the car. 2 of those states are in New England. In the state of Maine, you can't smoke with someone under the age of 16 years old.
Right. So if you caught smoking in the car and the kid is under 16, you could be under arrest because that's the law.
First year after enactment, there's a written warning. Thereafter, $50 fine or warning.
Right, and that's the punishment. You feel me? The punishment is a fine or a warning.
In Vermont, you can't smoke with a child in the car under 8 years old.
Right, now in Vermont, you can sit there and you can Chief Keef in the car with a 9-year-old. But they say if they 8 or under, you're going to be under arrest. But if they 9, 10, 11, you can go ahead and roll up and smoke right there in the kid's face.
Maximum fine is $100.
Right, and that would, under arrest, you will have to pay the fine of $100.
But smoking around children in other countries is quite common.
Because it ain't no law. Other countries have no law about smoking in front of kids, so you wouldn't be under arrest.
There have been many arrests. 7, not wearing a seatbelt. There have been many arrests of parents in the U.S. not wearing their seatbelts and not fastening their children in the car. The Google results were scary, but in other countries, some of the cars don't even have seatbelts.
Some of the okay, right. So in America, you get a ticket, fine, whatever, for not wearing your seatbelt. But in other countries, some cars don't even have seatbelts. So there's no law saying you even got to wear one. So that's how you got to look at this thing we talking about. Being under the law, being under arrest. You feel me? It's the act of breaking it and then the punishment that comes after it.
With the exception of New Hampshire, all states and the District of Columbia require adult front seat occupants to use seatbelts. 6, beating children. I know it may sound shocking, but beating children is common in other countries. And while spanking is not illegal in America, it is very frowned upon. In Maine, you can use corporal punishment with your child unless you are a foster parent or have adopted a kid.
Right. So they say you beating your kid is illegal. Well, not illegal, but it's frowned upon. So you wouldn't be under arrest, but you would be skating a thin line because they haven't made no law saying that you can't beat your kids because they know that's the only way these kids ain't gonna go shoot up a school.
But would you spank them in 2023? Studies have shown that spanking hurts the self-esteem of a child.
Yeah, stop them from shooting up a school too. Real talk.
5, marrying children. 37 countries. The minimum age for women is less than the minimum age requirement for men. In Sudan, for instance, boys are allowed to marry at 15, while girls can marry at 10 by law.
By law. See what I'm saying? Something over here that is frowned upon. You feel me? That's disgusting. In other countries, they don't even look at it like it's nothing. You feel me? Like real talk. That's why I say a lot of other countries got it bad. It's bad in America, but this is Babylon the Great. A lot of these other little smaller countries like that, man, look, they got it really, really bad, and they need to be put in order. Real talk.
In India and Bangladesh, the minimum age for men is 21, while women can be married at 18. In 6 countries, South Sudan, Saudi Arabia, Equatorial Guinea, Gambia, Somalia, and Yemen have no legal restrictions on the minimum age for marriage.
Right. You don't want to move to none of them countries. Real talk. They marrying kids off. They still in grammar school. Real talk. But in America, you would be under arrest. They found out you was doing this. Real talk. Because it is a law against it.
Number 4, a nap outside. One might sound crazy because here in America, we would never do it. But in Nordic countries like Denmark and Finland, parents leave their kids outside to nap, starting at around 2 weeks old. They believe it helps them sleep longer and deeper.
Right. Now, this is child neglect. In America, this would be child neglect. If they found out you was leaving your kids outside to sleep. But over there in Denmark and Finland, this is something they do where they say it helps them sleep longer and deeper. I don't know. Maybe I don't know anybody that'll be down with this. Maybe the overstanders and understanders. They in tune with the planet and all that. Like say the Earth flat. Maybe it'll straighten out their back. It'll straighten out their back. So I don't know. So like, but I don't know. I don't think in America they letting that fly.
Hey, so like if I could, I mean, we don't leave our children outside. We just go to Walmart, get one of the little things that play like the outside sounds. You know what I'm talking about? We just get one of those and play for them inside in the crib. You're like, you don't have to leave them outside.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They leaving kids outside. And of course, these is talking about toddlers and stuff. They ain't talking about no teenagers. These is toddlers. They talking about they leaving outside. Real talk.
3,
that's empty.
Right.
Underage drinking. For better or for worse, the drinking age is 21 in America. And in Antigua and Bermuda, there's no minimum age to pick up an alcoholic beverage.
Right. So, like I said, being under arrest means you broke a law. In other countries, most other countries, there is no law for how old you are before you ready to start drinking. Real talk. Maybe that's why them Russians and them Ukrainians is the way they is. So like, they over there getting drunk off that Russian vodka at 12 years old.
Like Amsterdam or something like that, and then Amsterdam like a non-drinking age.
That's what they saying.
Most countries, though, the legal age to consume alcohol is 18. 2, naming children ridiculous things. While these differ from state to state, having a numeral in your name is mostly not allowed. Some states also limit the number of characters that can be used, as well as the inclusion of pictograms, obscenity, foreign characters, symbols, emojis, or any offensive things.
Right. Now you see why when black people name their kids them wild names, that they be offended. You know, that's why our oppressors is offended. The teachers and stuff is offended because it different from state to state. That they got laws that you can't even use so many characters. You hear me? Real talk.
Certain states also forbid the use of accents and or non-English letters, which is oftentimes due to the inability of the information systems to process vital records, including these characters.
Right. So you could be under arrest for naming your kid Monquisha in certain states. You can be under arrest. That's what they said. Use so many characters. Real talk.
Number 1, prostitution. One illegal activity many people find surprising is prostitution. While prostitution is illegal in the U.S., most European countries have legalized it and heavily regulated.
Right. Prostitution is legal in most European countries. It's legal. In America, you'll be under arrest. You'll be under arrest and have to face the punishment for it. But in other countries, it's legal.
Those countries view prostitution as a viable job option.
As a what?
A viable job option.
It's an occupation. It's a trade. You talk to some people on the train, hey, what you do for a living? I'm a welder. I'm an architect. I drive buses. I'm a prostitute. That's insane. That's what they saying. You feel me? God damn.
How does workman's comp work?
Like, right. How do you get how do you get unemployment? It's like ain't nobody calling your phone. So you're like, yeah, I need to get unemployment because nobody want this box. It's a lot. That don't even make sense. But it is what it is. I don't know. Yeah, we could drop that. Let's go to that last. All right, the last article about first degree murder.
Degrees of murder affect the government's burden of proof at trial and often affect sentencing.
Mm-hmm.
Some states allow for the death penalty following the conviction for first degree murder. For example, other states may mandate life imprisonment after a guilty verdict for premeditated murder.
All right, right. So what we're going to do is have a little law class right quick. We have a little law segment. And what we're going to break down to you is why police is never under arrest for killing a black person. I know you wonder, like, how are they not being under arrest? Why are they not under arrest? And I'm going to tell you why they not never under arrest for killing a black person. It's because they didn't actually break the law that they was charged with. And that's what we're finna break down real quick.
A court of law may find someone guilty of third degree murder if they intentionally cause someone else's death while committing a dangerous act.
Now that's third degree murder. Third degree murder, the definition of third degree murder is when you kill someone intentionally while committing a dangerous act. That's like, okay, it's you think they got a gun, you think they got a cell phone, so you take force to kill them, which is also a dangerous act. And what you got to understand is most police officers, they do not get charged with third degree murder. Go ahead, and we're gonna talk about why.
This is different from first degree and second degree murder charges, which generally require intent. Some criminal statutes refer to intent as malice or forethought.
Okay, right. So first off and foremost, whenever they charge a police officer, Trayvon Martin, killer, people like that, when they charge them with murder, they usually charging them with first or second. They're not charging them with third degree. If they got charged with third degree murder, every police officer that ever killed or harmed a black person would be under arrest because they broke the law. You feel me? But they get charged with first and second degree. You feel me? Third degree murder is intentionally cause someone's death while committing a dangerous act, which is what police officers do. When they kill a black person or a Hispanic person, you feel me? Because they say they fear for their life or whatever, that's third degree murder, which they almost never get charged with. Another way they can lock these police up if they charge them with manslaughter. First, second, or third degree manslaughter, which they also never get charged with. You feel me? They charge them with first or second degree, which is almost impossible to prove. And we're gonna break down why. You go ahead.
Only 3 states have third degree murder laws.
Right, that's the whole point. So basically, for a police officer to go to jail, they have to almost be in Minnesota, Florida, or Pennsylvania, because it's only 3 states that even got third degree murder laws. Everybody else don't even have third degree murder laws, which is the law that would actually convict a police officer or a racist white person for killing a black person because they said they feared for their life.
Each of these 3 states have a different definition of third degree murder. Explain the chart below.
You could drop down to what's the difference between first, second, and third degree.
What's the difference between first, second, and third degree murder? In general, states require premeditation for first degree, such as the defendant having planned the act.
Right. So if a racist white person or a cop, you feel me? If they get charged with first degree murder, now the state's attorney has to prove that it was planned, which is almost impossible because they own their job. This is what they do for a living. They're looking for criminals. But if they got charged with third degree, which we broke down earlier, it would be a slam dunk every time. But how can you prove that this cop intentionally planned this murder? You can't do it.
Many states also consider causing the death during a felony as a first degree murder. This is called felony murder. Other states consider felony murder as a second degree.
Right.
Second degree murder charges occur when the defendant intended to commit murder but did not plan it in advance.
And now if they charge them with second degree murder, now they got to prove that he did intend to do it. Even though he didn't plan it, he intended to do it, which is almost impossible to prove that they intentionally tried to kill this person. When they gonna say, oh, he had a phone, I thought it was a gun. I feared for my life. So that means them admitting that they fear for their life automatically takes off the intent that they tried to do it on purpose.
Some states consider it second degree murder if the defendant intended only to cause serious bodily harm, but knew or should have known that death could result from the act.
Right. And how can they prove that the officer knew that death was going to come from it? You feel me? I mean, 50 Cent got shot 9 times. So that's not a good enough argument to say, oh, well, he shot 5 times or he shot that. That's not a good enough argument. You feel me? A lawyer can beat that in court. You feel me? What they say, it ain't about what you know, it's about what you could prove. You feel me? Real talk.
Not all states use the terms first, second, and third degree murder in their criminal codes. The exact definition of crimes vary by jurisdiction. As noted above, only 3 states have third degree murder laws. Most states, though, have different levels of murder charges and impose lesser sentences for lesser crimes.
Yeah, so we could drop that. So that was just a quick breakdown for people that don't know why police is walking away from these murders, free men going to go work other jobs. Breonna Taylor's killers right now is in another town in Ohio right now working as a sheriff, and they murdered her, but they couldn't prove it. You know, the city gave the money for the wrongful death, but prove and put them, because in actuality they didn't actually break the law according to Esau's database. That's why we need a righteous kingdom under a black man of world enemy called Jesus Christ. All right, so let's get into the script. Let's go to Leviticus 4:2.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 4, verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a soul shall sin through ignorance against any of the Lord's commandments, against any of the commandments of the Lord concerning things which ought not to be done, and shall do against any of them.
Right. So what Moses is about to explain is how you end up under the law. You feel me? You can read this on your own time. You know, we ain't got enough time for all that to read all the laws and all that, hundreds of them. But the point is, this scripture is showing how you get under the law. It's by sinning. If a soul shall sin through ignorance against any of the commandments, that's how you get under the law, which is basically like today's phrase, under arrest. You have to sin and break the commandments in your ignorance. All right, so you could drop that. Let's go to Romans 6:12.
It's like, is that Romans 6:12?
Yeah, kind of. Romans 6:12.
Book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 12. Let not sin therefore reign in your mortal body, that ye should obey it in the lust thereof.
Right, because sin can rule over you. You feel me? And when you sin, that's how you get under the law. You feel me? Which is the punishments that Moses read out in the book of Leviticus, Deuteronomy, all that. The punishments that's gonna come, you feel me, from the priest, the hands of the priests for what you did.
Verse 13. Neither yield ye your members as instruments of unrighteousness.
Right, and the members are talking about your body parts. You feel me? Don't yield your body parts unto unrighteousness, unto sin.
But yield yourselves unto God as those that are alive from the dead, and your members as instruments of righteousness unto God.
Right. You keep going.
Come.
Yep. People that stop sinning, because that's the whole point of the whole New Testament, is to get people to stop sinning. Give me those that are alive from the dead.
Verse 14, for sin shall not have dominion over you.
Right, and that's the whole point. You feel me? Sin should not have dominion over you, which means sin should not be ruling you. You feel me? How do you sin? By breaking the law. That's how you end up being a sinner, by breaking the law, and now you're under the law, which is the priests act out judgments. You feel me? The priests act out judgments, but the priesthood has been tainted, been ruling by wicked men. You feel me? And that's how we ended up in this situation. Go ahead.
For ye are not under the law, but under grace.
Right, you're not under the law. Being under the law would be you in the priest's hands, and now they can act judgment for the law you broke. Just like when you under arrest, now you in the police hand, and the state's attorney can enact judgment on the law you broke. But we not under the law, we under grace, which means there is no priest that can come and commit judgment for what you've done, because you all sinners, including the people that's supposed to enact judgment for the crime you committed. Just like Donald Trump and the police. How are they gonna lock you up and arrest you when they criminals they goddamn self? The president of the free world, it just got locked up and convicted on 34 felonies. Are you kidding me, man? That's basically what this is talking about. The priest cannot enact judgment on you for breaking the law because they sinners they goddamn selves. That's what it means by when they say you're not under the law, you under grace. Ain't no priest gonna come cut your head off for committing adultery. You just better get right with the Lord before he come see you. You feel me? For he sent that death angel to come see you, or them curses. Real talk. Yeah, we're going all the way to 16.
Verse 15. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law?
Right, because there's no priesthood. You feel me? There's no righteous priesthood to come punish you for the law you broke, which that's what it means by being under the law. You under the priest judgment. You feel me? They're supposed to enact the punishment that Moses was laying out in Leviticus and Deuteronomy. He laid out different things that happens to you for breaking these commandments that a priest has to do, or you have to give to a priest. That's what it means by we not under the law, we under grace. There's no priest that can come enact judgment and can come take money from you because you had got fined for whatever crime you committed, or you got to be put to death. Whatever crime you committed, is no priest to come do it for you. Real talk. Only the Lord gonna come do it.
What then shall we sin because we are not under the law but under grace? God forbid.
Right, God forbid. And that's the part that the Christians don't never read. The part that the Christians don't never read is God forbid that you think you can sin because it ain't no priest gonna come knocking on your door because he heard you had sex with that man's woman across the street. You feel me? Or he heard you in there smoking weed. He smelled the weed coming through the vents. Just because ain't nobody gonna come knocking on the door saying I need to see you real quick, don't mean that you could sin willfully. God forbid.
Verse 16. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are to whom ye obey.
Right. So whoever you yield yourself to, you feel me? Whether it's that weed, drugs, that whore, that's who you obey. You feel me? It's what you gotta understand about the Bible, what you gotta understand about the Most High. It's the truth and it's a lie. Either you a servant to the truth or you a servant to a lie, which is Satan.
Whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness.
Right. Either Satan until you die, spiritually or physically, or obedience unto righteousness, which is the Most High, either spiritually or physically. That's what's gonna happen. Ain't nobody coming to knock on your door. You feel me? The Lord gonna enact it. You feel me? He's gonna enact it on you. And just look in the black neighborhood and you think it ain't happening. You think the law is done away, just go look in the black neighborhood. Look in the Hispanic neighborhood. Look at the reservations. And you tell me then that the law is done away and you can sin willfully. God forbid. Real talk. So we can drop that. Let's go to Galatians 4:4.
Book of Galatians chapter 4 verse 4. But when the fullness of the time was come, God sent forth his son, made of a woman, made under the law.
Right. So what he did was he sent his son made of a woman. How do you be made of a woman? Gotta have sex. Gotta have sex with. I mean, I'm just saying. That's a whole nother class in itself for people that believe in a virgin birth. But the Bible say he was made of a woman, and the only way I know how a kid can come from a woman is sexual intercourse. You hear me?
Verse 5. To redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of sons.
Right, and he had to receive them that were under the law, which means they was under arrest. They were sinners. That's how you get under the law. And he came to redeem them, to save the sinners. You feel me? Real talk.
Verse 6.
Right, and they say that we might receive the adoption of sons, which means we need to be adopted back to the Most High, which is more proof that he was talking about Israelites. You feel me? Real talk. Because we was done away with, he was done with us, and we need to get adopted back. Real talk.
Verse 6. And because ye are sons, God has sent forth the spirit of his son into your hearts, crying, Abba, Father.
Right, and that's just like your conscience. You feel me? The spirit of Christ being in your mind, hearts, whenever the Bible talking about heart, it's talking about your mind. You know, like people say, I know the song about heart, but you really talking about in your mind. You feel me? That's just your conscience. Because once you learn the truth, now you know that what you're doing is wrong. And you don't need somebody knocking at your door saying, I smell weed through the vents. You should just know you ain't supposed to be getting high because the spirit of the Son is in your heart or your mind. And the Son, of course, is talking about Christ.
Verse 7. Wherefore thou art no more a servant, but a son.
And that's the thing, though. We think we serving the so-called white man. You know, we think we serving Haile Selassie. You feel me? We think we serving Buddha. You feel me? Real talk. We serving Satan. That's why I say it's the truth and a lie. Either you serving God or you serving Satan. You can lie all you want, saying you independent or you ain't nobody above you. Nobody can tell you what to do. You a goddamn lie. You a goddamn lie. You think ain't nobody telling you what to do. You are a servant. If you ain't following the Most High in Christ, you a servant. And the true Most High in Christ, not the one in the Christian church. The one that we serve in ISUPK, the only true living God. You feel me? Real talk.
But a son, and if a son, then an heir of God through Christ.
Right. And if a son, then you are heir of God through Christ. Through Christ. Christ dying on that cross for you to repent. Not for you to keep sinning. Not for you to continuously be under the law or under arrest, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Because I think people thinking under the law, man, you don't have to keep, you can eat pork. I don't know how that always be pork. What about murder? What about your sons dying every day? So you think when you hear under the law, all you think is pork and shrimp. You don't think about somebody having sex with your woman. Now you shooting up the party. You feel me? We ain't under the law. If we ain't under the law, they can have sex with your woman. Do you know what type of can of worms you open up listening to these Christians? It was just a pastor got caught in the back seat with a young boy. Somebody was hot. Yes, yeah, you was hot and bothered. You hear me? Real talk. That shit wasn't right though, but that's the can of worms you open when you say we're not under the law, because you're not thinking how deep that go. That shit goes deep, waist deep. Real talk.
And if a son, then the heir of God through Christ.
Right, now you are heir of God. Now you back a son of God. You feel me? Because you ain't servant to Satan no more. You serving Christ, the Most High in Christ. Like
Verse 8. Howbeit then, when ye knew not of God, ye did service unto them which are by nature no God.
Right, and that's the point. That's why I say it's either the truth and a lie, either Satan or the Most High. You feel me? You weren't serving the Most High, so you were serving things that are no God. You feel me? That are no God. They're not really a power. It's just Satan throwing tricks in your mind. Real talk. You was a servant to sin the whole time. All right, so you could drop that. Go to Galatians 5:16.
The book of Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. Then I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Right. You walk in the spirit, which means the way the Most High wants you to be. That's the spirit. Because the spirit is telling you the right thing to do. You ever seen that cartoon with the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other? Now I know that's a cartoon, but that's spiritually for real come from the Bible. You feel me? The spirit is telling you what to do. The angels is trying to save your life. You feel me? And then it's Satan and his angels is trying to destroy it.
Verse 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
Right. They fighting against each other. You feel me? The flesh wants to do one thing and the spirit wants you to do another thing. The flesh loves pleasure. The spirit wants you to be righteous.
And the spirit against the flesh.
Right.
And these are contrary, the one to the other.
Right, and that's what life is about. The flesh and the spirit. Every day fighting what the flesh wants and what the spirit wants you to do. Your conscience wanting you to do the right thing, and your flesh wanting you to do the other thing.
So that ye cannot do the things that you would.
Right. Not do the things that you would. Because your flesh will have you doing everything under the book. You feel me? Real talk.
Verse 18. But if ye be led in the spirit, ye are not under the law.
Right, you ain't under the law, which is the judgment. You ain't under the judgment, the penalty. You feel me? That comes with breaking the law. That's what under the law means. You feel me? You ain't under the penalty. You ain't gonna suffer the penalty, the sentence that you're supposed to get, the fine you're supposed to pay. You ain't gonna have to worry about none of that if you just walking in the spirit. Real talk. All right, yeah. So you can drop that. Let's go to 1 Kings 9 and 5.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 9, verse 5. Then I will establish the throne of thy kingdom upon Israel forever, as I promised to David thy father, saying, there shall not fail thee a man upon the throne of Israel.
So like we're going all the way to 9.
Verse 6. But if ye shall at all turn from following me, ye or your children.
Who?
Ye or your children.
Ye and your children. For people that say race don't matter, we all the human race, we all bleed red, you a goddamn idiot. Because it say this is forever. If I ain't mistaken, verse 5 said forever. And then it said, if you turn from following me, ye and your children.
And will not keep my commandments and my statutes, which I have set before you, but go and serve other gods and worship them.
But go serve other gods and worship them. That's why I say it's either the Most High or Satan that you serve. You feel me? Either the Most High or Satan is what you serve. And this is forever. This is a lifelong deal we got with the Most High. This ain't just for 10 years, 5 years, for 20 years, or until you die. That's why reincarnation is so heavy, to know that reincarnation is real. Because now you know that you can be punished forever on this earth when you die and come back through your children. Ye and your children. That's why I say ye and your children. Your children getting punished because they are you. They the same ones that helped put up the false idols, and they was eating pork and eating shrimp and lobster and having sex with heathens. Your children. You wonder why your children in the projects? That's why. You wonder why you're on Section 8? That's why. You feel me? You wonder why you can't afford a meal? That's why. Because you are the children that disobeyed these commandments. You feel me? And now we just fighting back to get back in our seat. Feel me? Real talk.
Verse 7. Then I will cut off Israel out of the land which I have given them, and this house which I have hallowed for my name will I cast out of my sight.
Right, and that's what the Lord did. You feel me? We've been under the law. I don't know what the hell the Christians talking about. Shit, we've been under the law for forever. You feel me? We've been under the law forever because this is us. We cast out of the Lord's sight. For some reason, Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, we just can't get it together. That's because this Bible is talking about us. You, for some reason, you thought it was talking about a white person. You let these white people tell you that you can't get right because you just mentally challenged in your school systems and this and that. Nigga, all that shit happening because you sinned against God. That's what they don't want to tell you. They don't want to tell you that how you fix all the shit you see in your hood, in your family, in your life. How you fix it is by serving God. But here's the trick. It might not come until your children's children, you feel me, come up. Because you might be selfish and fleshly and think it's supposed to happen with you right here, right now. We got to do this all over again. All over again, we got to do this through our children. Because we are our children. We come back through our children. So we want to be fixed. It's going to start right here, right now.
And Israel should be a proverb and a byword among all.
And that's what we are. Israel, and that's just a common phrase used. Proverb, byword. That's a common, like baby mama, baby daddy, nigga, spick, wetback. All that. You feel me? That's all that. A thug, gang banger, all that. Crip, blood. That's a byword. It's a common phrase known and used, and that's what we became because we under the law. Right now, we under arrest by the Lord. We suffering the punishment, but ain't nobody coming knocking on our door telling us why we living like we living, why we going through this, why our homie just got killed, why our baby died, and all that shit. Ain't nobody coming knocking on the door telling us why. So we assuming that we can sin willfully, thanks to the Christian church.
Verse 8. And at this house, which is high, everyone that passeth by, it shall be astonished and shall hiss.
Right, and that's what happened. We sin against God. Now that's what everybody do when they see us. You feel me? They astonished, they amazed every time they see us. You see how white people look at you when they walk by, they grabbing their purse, turning up their nose, smacking their lips, giving you all them weird looks. They don't do that to nobody else. They don't do that to Africans. They don't do that to East Indians or Arabs. Arabs bombed the World Trade Center, killed 3,000 people. When they see Arab, they shaking their hand, looking them in their eye. They see you, they turning their nose up at you with a hiss.
And they shall say, why hath the Lord done thus unto this land and to this house?
Right, and it's so bad what's happening to black people. You even got religions. I think it's the Mormons say we black because we cursed by God or something. Some weird stuff like that. It's people with that they coming out with religions to say why black people is such in a bad state and why we can't get right. It gotta be because of the Lord. But they probably never read this scripture to know that that's really actually true. And that's because we the Israelites, not because we got melanin.
Verse 9, and they shall answer because they forsook the Lord their God.
And that's why we in this situation. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you've been under the law since Solomon. Since Solomon's wicked sons destroyed our family, tore it up. Since Adam and Eve sinned in the garden, Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, you've been under the law. You feel me? Real talk.
Who brought forth their fathers out of the land of Egypt.
Took us out of the land of Egypt, the land of our captivity. For 400 some years, we was in slavery in Egypt, just like we was in America. And he saved us, and we still sinned against him. And we wondering why we can't get right. We thinking it's my favorite word, stocks, bonds, and cryptocurrency. That's why we think we can't get right. We ain't never think that maybe it's because the God that rules the heaven and the earth is our Father. And we keep choosing the other gods. We keep choosing to serve the other people, when only people we should be serving is each other.
And have taken hold upon other gods and have worshipped them and served them.
And that's the point. That's why I say you want to fix our nation, Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, it's right here in the Bible. 1 Kings 9:9. If anybody ever asks you, how do you black people get right? What do we got to do? Why did black people get in this situation? How are we like this? They doing all these conferences and all these meetings, and you got Umar Johnson talking about building a school, ain't built it yet. You got Oprah building schools in Africa. You got all this weird shit these people doing with all this money, and you wondering why. Why is it not working? It's because we still ain't serving our God. We serving the gods of the heathens.
And therefore hath the Lord brought upon them all this evil.
The Lord brought upon what?
Brought upon them all this evil.
He brought upon evil. That's the Lord did. You the Bloods and the Crips, the hoes, the strippers, all that shit, the Lord brought upon this evil. All the stuff you going through in your life, the Lord brought upon this evil. Real talk. You wonder why the white man can't take his foot off your neck? That's why. Real talk. All right, so you could drop that. Let's go to Let's go to Job 14:4.
The book of Job, chapter 14, verse 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean?
Right, and that's a fact. That's a fact. So they say the law was done away with. You can sin willfully, but they not talking about the sins that they don't want nobody to do to them. That means I can rob you. Your car is my car. Your woman is my woman. If we want to talk about the law being done away, real talk. Your money in your bank account is my money. I don't want to hear nothing else about it because the law was done away with. You can't bring a clean thing out of something that's unclean. It's impossible. It's impossible 100%. You feel me? You can't wash away sin with more sin. That don't even make sense. Real talk.
Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one.
Not one. Not one law can cleanse another one. You feel me? You can't bring a clean thing out of something that's unclean. You feel me? You're going to have to just keep all the laws. You feel me? You ain't going to be a righteous person, but you sinning. And your excuse is because we not under the law. We under grace. We have a grace period to where we can just sin forever or until Christ come back. That would the Christians say? I don't know. I ain't grew up in the church. I don't know. Somebody let me know. Is that what the Christians say? The Christians say that we can sin until Christ come back? Or when Christ come back, we're supposed to just stop? Well, I don't know. But I know the Bible says who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? It's just not possible. It's not realistic. You playing with you. You played yourself. The Christians, you done gave them all that money for nothing. I just said, like we just talked about, a pastor just got caught in the back seat of a car with a little boy. Ain't that what he teach? He teach the law was done away. That's what's gonna happen to your son. Your son gonna be in the back seat of a car with a grown ass man. Real talk. All right, so yeah, we can drop that. Let's go to Matthew 9 and 10.
Book of Matthew, chapter 9, verse 10. And it came to pass as Yahushua sat at meat in the house, behold, many publicans and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples.
Right. So that's what Christ was doing. You feel me? He was trying to clean up Israel. That's what he was trying to do. So he went with the publicans and the sinners.
Verse 11. And when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto his disciples, why eateth your master with publicans and sinners?
Right, and that's just like all the uppity niggas, you feel me? All of the Christians, all of them, you feel me? The Muslims, they see us and they want to know why is we dealing with the people we dealing with. You feel me? Real talk. But that's because that's who Christ wanted us to go save. You feel me?
Verse 12. But when Yahushua heard that, he had said unto them, they that behold me not a physician, but they that are sick.
Right, and that's the truth. You feel me? He trying to get people from sinning. He ain't trying to get rich people or people that know the law for what? They good. They good to go. I'm trying to go to the people that need help. Because if you sinning, it's because you need help. Real talk. They just came out and said, they ain't even want police officer to be a police officer if you had bad credit. Because they say if you got bad credit, 9 times out of 10, you trying to steal some shit. It's like, that's a lie. That's stupid. But I'm just saying, I'm keeping it real. That's what Christ was saying. He's trying to go to the people that's sick. You feel me? That's hurting. That's trying to get right with the Lord, man. But the Pharisees ain't like that. You feel me? Because the Pharisees, they appease to the rich. You feel me? They appease to the rich. Just like the IUIC, the purple faggot ass niggas. Real talk. Man, TikTok would have never like that. But yeah, they went to Kyrie. Kyrie needed some help. They went to march on the Barclays Center. You feel me? Right now he a Muslim. See what y'all did to him. Real see, I done ran him away from being an Israelite. And he was posting about it and everything. Now he a Muslim.
Verse 13, but go ye and learn what that meaneth. I will have mercy and not sacrifice.
I have mercy and not sacrifice. You feel me? Real talk. That's what he's trying to get. Christ had that. Christ and the Most High, their biggest gift is mercy. You feel me? They trying to get sinners to stop sinning. That's the whole goal. You feel me? It ain't to get all the damn money from you sacrificing. You feel me? You got to sacrifice your kids, you sacrifice your life. That ain't what the Most High and Christ ever even intended. They just wanted you to serve the Most High, keep the commandments. You feel me? That's the whole point of having mercy, to get people to see that you need to stop sinning so you can stop being under the law, which is basically, like I said, like being under arrest, which is being punished.
For I am not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repent.
And that's the point, to get sinners to stop being sinners. For people to say the law was done away with. All right, cool. Give me your TV. And I don't want to hear no questions about it. Give me that damn car and you better not call the police. This is my car. That's what Christ came to do. You feel me? The law ain't done away with. He's trying to get you to stop sinning. Real talk. All right, you can drop. Let's go to Proverbs 14 and 7.
Come. The book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 7. Go from the presence of a foolish man, and when thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge.
Right, and perceivest to be aware. You feel me? When you aware that ain't no knowledge in him, get the hell away from a foolish man. Real talk.
Verse 8. The wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way, but the folly of fools is deceit.
Yep. The folly of fools is deceit. That's all they want to understand is deceit, which is being lied to.
Verse 9. Fools make a mock at sin, but among the righteous there is favor.
Right, and that's the point. Fools make a mock at sin. Anybody telling you that the law, you feel me, is not what's keeping anything and everything from going to hell, you a fool. Because every country on this planet got laws based off the Bible. Every country on this planet, they base laws come from out the Bible. You feel me? So anybody that mock at sin, you feel me? They just a stupid ass idiot. That's all I'm gonna say. They telling you that you can sin, you can do this, you can eat that. You a goddamn fool. Real talk. And the Bible just said, flee from a fool. You feel me? When you see that they ain't got no knowledge, no understanding, get the hell away from them. Real talk.
Verse 10. The heart knoweth his own bitterness.
The heart, the mind. There you go again, talking about the mind. It know its own business. It know when you bullshit. Your mind, you know when you bullshit. You just be bullshitting motherfuckers that I guess don't know. That's all I can say. They just don't know.
And a stranger does not intermeddle with his joy.
Right. And a stranger don't get involved with your business. You feel me? Real talk.
Verse 11. The house of the wicked shall be overthrown, but the tabernacle of the upright shall flourish.
Right, and the house of the wicked shall be overthrown. And that's what's happening. That's what you're seeing every day. The different churches, different leaders, different pastors, everybody, Donald Trump, everybody is being overthrown. All the people that's wicked, that's being ruled by Satan, is being overthrown because, like I said, the Spirit of Christ is being born. It's coming back into the earth. You feel me? Real talk. And all this evil wickedness is going to be washed away.
Verse 12. There was a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
Right, and that's the point. You feel me? It's a way that seemeth right unto a man. It's a lot of stuff that seem like it's okay. You think it's all right, But at the end is death. The end is death. It's a lot of stuff you might think is okay, especially women. A lot of stuff you might think is all right. You might not think it's so bad. And you look up and everything is destroyed. Or you wishing you never made that decision because it seemed right. Feel me? Real talk. All right, so yeah, we could drop that. Let's go to John 8:3.
The book of John, chapter 8, verse 3. And the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in adultery. And when they had set her in the midst.
Right, so this is scribes and the Pharisees coming up against Christ again. And this time they found a woman that was having sex with another man. They call her in the act.
Verse 4. Then say to him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. Verse 5. Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou?
Right, because she was under the law now. She got caught having sex with another man while she's married, and now she's under the law. And they're telling Christ, Moses say that she should be stoned because that's the law. That's what you gotta understand about the law. The law is judgment. The law is not, hey, don't have sex with another man if you married. That's not the law. The law is if you caught doing this, you should be stoned to death, which means buried up to your neck in the dirt and bricks, rocks thrown at your face until you die. That's the law. The law is not, hey, don't have sex with another man's woman. The law is, this is what you do. This is what Moses was telling his men, his soldiers. If you catch a woman or a man doing this, this is the punishment for it. That's the law. That's being under the law, which means you got caught doing it, so now you have to reap the punishment for it.
Verse 6. This they said, tempting him, that they might have to accuse him.
Right, because they know he came for repentance, to save Israel. You feel me? Like we just read, he came to give repentance unto sinners. So they trying to confound him like, okay, but this is the law. So you going to break the law? That's what they trying to see if he was going to do it.
But Yahushua stooped down and with his finger wrote on the ground as though he heard them not.
Right, and he ain't paid them no attention.
Verse 7. And when they continued asking him, he lifted himself up and said unto him, He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her.
Right, so Christ, they kept bugging him, because he knew that they were just really trying to trip him up. Because the law say that she should be put to death. And if she's not put to death, then Christ is now telling them to break the law. You feel me? Because the law says that they should kill her for what she done. And they just trying to see if Christ is going to let them kill her. Because he say he's coming for repentance, which means forgiveness, which they said, that's why they didn't like Christ, because they felt like the only person could do that is God. So they felt like he was putting himself on the same pedestal as the Most High. That's why they did not like Christ. And of course, he was coming to take away their seat, because obviously, if he's the son of man, if he's Christ's only begotten son, his favorite son, then that means he's above them. And they lose their spot.
Verse 8. And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground.
Right. So he told them, all right, cool. That's what the law say. It do say if she commit adultery or he having sex with another man's whatever, they should be murdered, stoned to death. So he told them to throw whoever have never sinned to throw the first stone.
And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one.
Right. So they heard it and they like, okay, damn, he just cut us up, because he said that we could stone her for committing adultery. But he said the first one throw the stone has to never have sinned. He has to be perfect. And they left one by one because they all were sinners. Just like your Christian leaders, just like your pastors, just like your aldermen, your bishops, the president, 34 counts of felonies, they all sinners.
And they all went out one by one, beginning at the eldest, even unto the last.
Right, they went out ranking order. They even went out ranking order, the eldest to the last. They all realized we all sinned, so ain't none of us throwing no rocks at nobody today.
And Yahushua was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst.
Right. So it was just her and him there. Real talk. The whore and Christ was the only ones left when he turned around.
Verse 10. When Yahushua had lifted up himself and saw no one but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are those thine accusers? Had no man condemned thee?
Right. So he like, what a man that caught you in adultery. Like, damn, ain't act judgment on you? And they were supposed to kill you for committing adultery, which is what Moses said, which would put you under the law. You go ahead.
Like I said, if I may not, at this point, are they breaking the law?
Who?
When they didn't stone the woman?
Nah, he told them. He told them, whoever have never sinned, throw the first stone. All of them sinned, so they all left. They left her there. Because he told them, if you've never sinned, you feel me? You've never sinned before. You perfect. You a righteous person. Go ahead, throw the first stone. The reason why they couldn't throw the first stone is the same reason why Paul said you are not under the law, but under grace in the book of Romans. Because you all are sinners. Nobody has the right to kill you for breaking the law when you all broke the law. That's why we all living in hell right now, because we are our forefathers and we always broke the law. We never kept the law since we came out of Egypt. So who are you to go kill somebody for committing adultery when you just did it last week? Who are you to go kill somebody for robbing or stealing some money when you smoking weed every night? You feel me? Ain't none of you in a position to enact judgment. The only person that's able to enact judgment is Christ, because he's the only one that ever walked this planet and was sin-free his whole life.
Verse 11. She said, No man, Lord. And Yahushua said unto her, Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more.
And that's the grace. That's what Paul was saying when you're not under the law, you under grace. That's what Paul meant. He ain't saying you can go sin willfully. He's saying don't go sin no more. That shit is done. You being welcomed back to your family that's been done away with since Adam and Eve, since Solomon's wicked sons. You feel me? Since the Pharisees. You finally being welcomed back, but go sin no more. That is the grace. Real talk. All right, so we can drop that. Let's go to John 19 and 38.
Book of John, chapter 19, verse 38. And after this, Joseph from Arimathea, being a disciple of Yahushua, but secretly for fear of the Jews.
Right. Okay. He was secretly, Joseph of Arimathea, he was secretly, a follower of Christ. You know why? Because they was killing everybody that was a follower of Christ. You was dying for being righteous. You hear me? You was dying. That's who died. That's who died. The righteous people. You hear me? That's who died first. What they say, the good die young? That's who died first. The righteous people. The wicked people, they live for a little minute.
Besought Pilate that he might take away the body of Yahushua. And Pilate gave him leave. He came therefore and took the body of Yahushua.
Mm-hmm. Right. So that's what you understand about this guy. You hear me? He was a secret disciple of Christ. You feel me? Because serving Christ will get you killed. It'll get you ridiculed. Your family, they'll want to leave you. You feel me? You know why? Your family, they all eat pork. They all celebrate Christmas. They mad at you because you ain't come over for Thanksgiving. You ain't want to make the turkey this year. You get ridiculed. You feel me? For trying to serve Christ. You want to serve the Most High for real? Ain't nobody everybody that you ever knew is they're going to put you away. That's all I'm going to say. Nobody's going to want to call, nobody's want to be around you. You feel me? Everybody's gonna try to disown you for serving Christ. And that's why this man, he secretly so served Christ because of the fear of the Jews. And for fear of society, it's a lot of people that's scared to serve Christ. They don't want to be under the law no more. They tired of being suffering. You feel me? But they don't want to be ridiculed. Being ridiculed is a hard thing to deal with, especially if you're a woman. It's hard to take ridicule and dislike and displeasure from people that you knew your whole life. You feel me? But at one time, you're going to have to just stand up, put on your big boy pants and your big girl pants and shoes. You feel me? And serve Christ openly and willingly. You feel me? Real talk. And he'll be there with you 100%. All right, so yeah, we could drop that. Let's go to Revelations. This last scripture. Revelations 22 and 11.
The book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still.
Right.
And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still.
Right. Because at this point, you feel me? At this point, it is what it is. At this point, it is what it is. If you want to be filthy, go ahead and be fucking filthy. You say the law is done away with, well, go eat all the shrimp and crab in the goddamn sea. And then when you catch a flesh-eating bacteria, let it be on you. You want to have sex with all the hoes? All right, cool. They got something out there called AIDS. They got something out there called herpes. Go right ahead, have all the fun you want.
And him that is righteous, let him be righteous.
And that's what we gonna deal with. You want to be righteous? Come serve Commander Junior. Come under Commander Junior. You feel me? Come in the ISUPK and come follow Commander Junior. Real talk.
And he that is holy, let him be holy still.
And he that is separate, let him be separate. Because at this point, we ain't fighting with y'all no more. People want to argue and debate, man. Fuck you. And the horse you came in on. Thought I wasn't gonna get it out. You feel me? It is what it is. You feel me? Real talk. You don't want to serve a black man in the world called Jesus Christ? Fuck you. The hell? At this point, who cares? Ain't no more arguing and trying to debate about being under the law and keeping the law and who the Israelites is. Fuck you. And that's what Christ's gonna say to you when he see you. He gonna say he never knew you. You wearing all that goddamn purple for nothing. You wearing it for nothing. You going to church every Sunday for nothing. Real talk. We went all the way to 13.
Verse 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is.
And that's what Christ said. You want to be filthy, be filthy. You want to be righteous, be righteous. Because I'm coming quick, and my reward is with me. It's right there with him. You want to get a blessing? You might not get it. Talking about the law was done away with. Real talk. Might not get it.
To give every man according to his work.
To give every man according to his work. What if you have no work? Or what if you teaching sin? What do you get? You get nothing. Or maybe you get the punishment that he been holding for you. Real talk.
To give every man according to his work shall be. Verse 13. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end.
Right. Hold on. Wait. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. You know why he says that? Because Christ was Adam. You feel me? Christ was Adam. He was here first. He was the first man in the truth. Not the first man on the planet, the first man in the truth. The first man the Lord was dealing with, and he's also the last. He brought sin into the world, and he also came in to redeem us of sin. He's the beginning and he's the end.
The first and the last.
The first and the last. Real talk. So at this point, just do whatever you got to do. Ain't no more argument and debating with no damn Christians. They want to eat pork, let them eat it. They're gonna have to get their leg cut off, like Big Mama. What was that movie? Soul Food. So like, nah, that's it in tonight's class. Tune in every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, ISUPK Kentucky content. Tune in every what's your name class every other Sunday. Tune in tomorrow, Wednesday, 9 o'clock for the podcast. Every Wednesday, 9 o'clock. How about Shem Al Shabrak